So like I was saying, I'll never be with a bloke who ever wants me to dim my switch. So sorry, my brain switched off because of this migraine that keeps trying to take hold of me from drinking loads of water. Look at these women on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok talking about have your peace, live a single life, and just see the guy when you want to, just like, you know, the best way, isn't it? Peace, love, and blessings. Protect your peace, be single, and be okay with being single. Don't latch onto a bloke. Got no lights. I've got no lights on in my flat, so I've just put the ringer light on. The ring light. But yeah, so find your peace, be happy single, and don't latch onto a bloke thinking he's going to be your saviour. It's not going to happen. Just like I think women in their 20s really do think that, and you can see it in their faces a lot of the time, but they'll live and learn. Peace, love, and blessings to everyone. But, you know, I'm not dissing anyone. I'm just saying they will live and learn, because a lot of the time men aren't the same as women, and they might be hot on you one day and the next minute they'll ghost you. And I've been through that as well. I think most people have. But find your peace, right? Education, career, jump careers, do different careers, whatever. Go home on your own, be happy to be your own best friend, and reach out to people. Be very selective who you reach out to, because not everyone's your friend. And as you get older, you'll learn, okay, being your own best friend, like me now, I'm in heaven right now. I've just spoken to my son on the phone. We video call. He's not far, he's local, but I have a handful of people that I communicate with on a weekly basis. And I've been seeing a guy on and off for 9 years, super casual. Like I said, we've been seeing each other on and off. We get on really well. We always gravitate back to each other, but we kind of have this quiet understanding that we don't want to be in each other's life every day, and we definitely don't want to live together. So I have my power, he has his power, and we retain our own individuality. But when we're together, it's quality time, and that's all that matters. But I don't want to spend the night with someone. I don't want to be living with them, and I don't want to have to come home to somebody when I just want to be on my own. And you know what? I recommend to all women, live on your own for a long period, because it is absolutely amazing. It's heaven. You find your peace. You know that you're your own best friend, and you can do what you want. Still have high standards. Like I'm on my day off. Look like people go, oh. I'm like, yeah, this is for me. When I look in the mirror, I want to do a video, I'm looking good. It takes me 10 minutes to get ready. But listen, don't dim your switch for anyone. No bloke, nobody. And I love women at the minute because they're very empowered. I love guys as well because they're going through their own shit. They're very empowered. But the people that I'm talking about are people in the fitness industry. They're kind of like my tribe. But when I look on YouTube at American women from all kind of walks of life, they're saying, just don't live with a bloke. It's not worth it. And definitely don't get married. And I've never married. Just like Barbie, Ken is an accessory in my life, and he always will be. So guys, validate yourself and focus on your education, your career, money, and being a good person. But don't be swamped with, you know, thinking that you have to. In this patriarchy, don't be thinking that you have to have a man in your life. You don't. I know women who haven't had time on their own. They always depend on the bloke. They worry about everything every second of the day. I can't handle that. That's just draining. And I'm very grateful that I've been super independent since I was a teenager, 16 years old, and I've always had to pay my own way in life. And yeah, you know, I say this, a lot of women in America are coming to the conclusion that a lot of men are either narcissists or they use narcissistic mind games, because that's what comes up in like normal conversation, men talking about women. I don't know, but I'm just saying that these women are saying focus on your education, your money, and your careers, and don't worry about a man, because at the end of the day you find peace. When you're on your own, you find peace. I've been on my own for many years. Since I had my relationship breakup in 2013, I was with a guy, lived in Essex for over a year, and it was awful. The breakup, horrible, took me years to recover. And you know what, since then I said never again. I'm not living with a bloke ever again. So that was my first relationship where I lived with a bloke, and we both have a son, obviously from other people, so it just didn't work out. Peace, love, and blessings to him, but thank God it got away. It just was not compatible for me. So I learned, be self-validated and focus on your own career and everything. Do you know what, I might not have like a lot of money, like I might not be a huge celebrity, but I'm very well known as a celebrity Barbie around the world. I don't look at myself as a celebrity, but what it is I think to have a celebrity lifestyle you've got to be super wealthy, and I'm not. I've always had to work in a day job to support my actress and modelling all the time, and I've never had a man say, hey babe, I'm going to help you. Never. It's never going to happen. And so I always validate myself. So what these women in America are saying is validate yourself, focus on your career, your education, and your money, and just find peace and be your own best friend. And that's what I've been doing for years. Do you know what I mean? And I'm watching Person of Interest now on Netflix. I've just resubscribed. It's only $5.99 a month. But I watch YouTube. I do my own videos. I'm not willing to dim my light for any bloke ever again. I used to do it, you know, hanging around with a guy that I'm casually seeing. But I'm not going to dim my light. Not at all. But what's the point? What, because I have to shrink myself so that he feels comfortable? It's not going to happen. But I do try and be, you know, empathetic to people when they're insecure, and that's what I do. So at the end of the day, I only now surround myself with people or guys that really can handle my light, because you know what, I refuse to dim my switch for anyone. When I'm with people, I always like to talk about themselves, and I never bang on about myself ever, because that's the beauty of friendship. You can always talk about them, help them, and you come out of your own kind of world. But at the end of the day, I'll never be with a bloke who, I think in the past, all the dating documentaries that I've done, sorry, not the dating documentaries, the documentaries about myself, OMG, my Barbie body on Channel 5, or, you know, they filmed scenes where I was going out with a guy who was a bodybuilder. Don't get me wrong, these guys are great guys, but just not for me. So I'm not going to diss them, but I've always had access and dated guys with phenomenal bodies, but just the wrong personality, I think, because like being a bikini fitness champion at the age of 43, I was surrounded by people in the fitness world, fitness models. I was a fitness model. I'm an actor, still am. I'm still fitness model worthy as I get older, but there's just not a lot of work in the UK, so you have to have a day job as an actor, and that's the difference between me and other celebrities, is that I have to have a day job. Apparently, the other Barbie in America, she's working as the world's most beautiful Uber driver because she divorced, and you know, she lost everything after that divorce. Peace, love and blessings to her. But I just think that in life you've got to have a day job, you've got to have a career, education, and your own money. Don't depend on a man, because the moment that they're not interested in you, you've got a problem. So always have them as an accessory, like Barbie has Ken as an accessory to her life. And in the Barbie movie, I was just watching some clips. She says Ken's not cool, and the thing is, I'm not dissing men at all. I love men, certain types of them, you know, because men with good hearts, I have experienced lots, but they've been my friends, and I just didn't date them because I didn't fancy them. But I've had access to guys who are all bodybuilder champions, like a guy as well that was in another documentary was Mr. Great Britain, and then so two of them were top UK bodybuilders, beautiful bodies, like the best bodies in the UK. So it's not that I can't access guys, I can, but I'm choosing to have my peace and be single. And the guy that I'm casually dating is kind of a little bit into fitness, you know, he's not like a bodybuilder, but we get on really well and we always gravitate to each other, so it's very casual. But yeah, have your own sense of peace, go home to yourself, have your own bed. I don't want to share a bed with anyone, I don't want to share my space with a guy. And don't get me wrong, I'd love to be that person that has a man live with me full time and be happy. I did experience it in 2012 to 2013, and then when it went wrong, it was horrible. So I have experienced it for 1 year of my life, but I've never lived with a bloke. I've not been ruined in that sense. I've never been that woman who's got to go home to a nagging kind of man, or me nag him. Do you know what I mean? I've never had that. So I've always been single. I've always had my peace. So what these women in America are saying on TikTok, if you Google it on YouTube as well, they're saying have your peace, and that older women have got their peace and their shit sorted. They've got their lifestyle sorted, and younger women, they look down on older women for no reason, because one day it'll happen to them. And older women can give younger women a lot of advice. Don't latch onto a guy thinking that you're going to be with a rich bloke or anything like that, because it never ever happens that way. And so always have your own education and career, which is what I've done. So I've always had a day job, I've always done different careers like Barbie, and at the minute I'm in a very, very good role. I love it. It's my best role to date, where I'm physically active for 10 hours non-stop. So I'm burning about 1,000 calories a day. I'm doing about 22,000 steps. So yeah, it's like military level kind of precision, and I love it. I can't tell you where I am because it'll give everything away, and I don't want stalkers. But yeah, I'm super happy in this day job that I've got, and it is absolutely amazing. The team are really great, and I love it, and it's very physical. So I'm literally on my days off in bed. I've got a migraine coming on. That's not the reason why, but I go to the gym on my days off, like I went the other day, but I think if I do too much workout, I've got to save my energy for work, so that's what I'm doing. When I go home, I'm satisfied. I go home on my own. I do early morning shifts, late night shifts, and I go home on my own, and I don't cry about it, because that's what I recommend you do. in dating, like I'm seeing a guy very casually. I've known him on and off for 9 years, where we've dated other people and we always end up back together, but it's super casual. We just hang out when we want to. Maybe it's once a week, maybe it's twice a month, I don't know, it depends. So went on holiday together, and we're talking about going on holiday this year. Last year I did a photo shoot. I didn't have a holiday, it was a work thing. So when you go on holiday, it's a holiday, you put your phone away and all that. But so I might be going on holiday with him because we've travelled before a couple of years ago, but last year I didn't have a holiday at all. I had you see it on my travel vlog, a photo shoot in Spain, Mallorca. I was on my own, I did everything myself. So anyway, I didn't have a guy to help me, which was a bummer, but I've never had a guy help me. Guys, I'm at home in bed, as you can see, lying down, and I am watching Person of Interest on Netflix. I cancelled my subscription because I wasn't watching it, and now I've rejoined. I'm at home, I might go out later, but I've got really bad migraine coming on. So, yes. Anyway, so I just thought I'd check in with you guys about something that I've been watching on TikTok and YouTube. Women who are talking about dating and why being on your own is the best thing to do. Self-love, all of that, everything that you want to do, you can do on your own. You don't need a man in your life. But I'm saying, I'm not like against having a man in my life. I've never had it. I've always been a single person, single mum, single solo girl about town. Do you know what I mean? I've always hustled, paid my own bills. I've never had a man like be there for me every day of my life. And I think that, you know, what women are saying, especially in America, is be self-validated, don't depend on a man, focus on your education, your career, and me time. Like if you look around my flat, you see it in my makeup tutorial, it's covered in pink, Barbie, and I love it. I've got a couple of rooms like my studio and stuff where I film and take pictures, grey. I love a bit of neutral, but I don't like boring, and I think it's important to be yourself. And if you're a single female, you don't have to change yourself for a bloke, because I've had that as well, where guys have had me dim my light and I refuse to dim my light. I won't do it. I've done it to be around them, but then I realised it was like aging me. It was just not me, and I refuse to do it now. I'd rather be on my own, happily single. But at the end of the day, I haven't got a boyfriend, and I haven't had one for many, many years. And the longest relationship I've probably had is about a year. And I'm just going to say, self-validate, focus on your career, money, and education. Stop worrying about the blokes. And these are my Versace glasses. And by the way, guys, the best thing that you can do is find things to do that, you know, you don't rely on other people to do when you're together. The light is... I think that's it. Check these women out on YouTube. They're American, a lot of them, and some of them are British as well. But I do love men. Do you know what I mean? This is not like a hate on men at all. It's the opposite. It's about knowing that women have got the power compared to previous years. What am I trying to say? I think I need to make a cup of tea. Got me water. Sorry, my brain switched off because of this migraine that keeps trying to take hold of me from drinking loads of water. Yeah, just validate yourself. Be okay with being yourself and look in the mirror and think, ooh, you look hot. You don't have to rely on a man to do that for you. Self-love, ladies. Self-love. And be a great friend. Have great friends. Guys, I've just got up because I'm making my tea, and I've just had some chocolate muffin. I love it. Excuse me. Gorgeous weather out there. But yeah, what I want to say is always validate yourself, and I've been practicing it since I was 7 years old. I've been invited to do a podcast. If it happens, it happens. If not, I'll be disappointed because it's a really good podcast with a really good interviewer. But what you've got to do is find things. Sorry, I keep messing around with my fringe. I use my straighteners, but I woke up with it all wonky today. And I'm doing my makeup because I'm going to go out shortly. I keep saying I'm going to go out. I'll probably end up staying and just watching this Netflix. Person of Interest. So I go and make my tea, and I've got these muffins, which are really lovely, chocolate muffins. Sometimes I binge on things like crisps or muffins, and then I'm like, ooh. And yeah, I've got to drink more water. The light looks terrible in here today. Thank God for Snapchat. But yeah, the peace, that's what you get when you're single. The peace. Let's go and make a cup of tea, get my muffin. It's a bit close, isn't it? The light is going to be really rubbish in here right now. Making my tea. Please excuse this room. I'm not showing it to you. It is a mess. It's like my office with loads of stuff in it. But I've got, it's like my storage room. And I've got my camping equipment here, which I kind of use as my kitchen. I hope. Sweetener. Stevia. Oh, finally my pain medication's kicking in. The muffin. This is the muffin that I was talking about. I've already eaten a bit of it. I'm being a bit of a piggy today. Being a bit of a piggy. Right, go back in bed with my muffin. Disgusting. No, it's not. This is what you can do when you're single. You can get into bed, not give a hoot. I spray my bedroom with perfume. Eat a muffin in bed if I want to. The best bit. I've got an OCD with tissue. Anyway, where was I? Like I said, I'm going to get a cup of tea. Keep it real, as if you're with me here. Bliss. If you had to come... So I've just had my tea and muffin, and I was just saying, if you had a guy live with you 24/7, no, you couldn't do all of this. Why? If I want to wear my pink Candy Yum Yum lipstick, which is so worn that I've got none left, if I want to do this, I can. In bed, doing nothing, watching Netflix. I can just do it because I want to wear it and it makes me feel happy. It makes me feel like I'm alive. Have you noticed that when you use Snapchat, you use like an aesthetic filter to smooth the dark circles, then your hands come in and they're all black and blue? Because I've got like no fake tan on. Oh God, I've got to do my fake tan. I'll do it tomorrow. I can't be bothered. Another thing is I do my fake tan usually on a Thursday, exfoliate, apply it on a Friday, and it's ready for the weekend. But I just didn't bother this weekend because I know I'll be like working, lying low, doing my own thing. But yeah, I will do more makeup videos. Let me know in the comments what you like to see as well. Guys, leave comments. Let me know how your solo life, validating yourself and just being with yourself, let me know how it's going, and have courage to do it, guys, because it really is good. And I'm talking to women and men, but men are a different breed. So we live under the patriarchy like we see in the Barbie movie, so there's not a lot I can talk about that because I'm not a bloke. But you know what, just enjoy your life. Don't depend on others for your happiness. Peace, love and blessings.